In the bustling, mystical Academy of Arcadia, where young wizards, witches, and spell-slingers trained to master the arcane arts, everybody knew of Evan Winslow. But it wasn't for anything he'd done. Evan was new, just an ordinary boy from an ordinary town, attending on an incredibly rare full scholarship because of a mysterious test he'd aced by accident. And the fact that he'd arrived with no background in magic only made him more of a target. On his first day, he met the girls who would soon make his life very interesting. There was Serafina, the top student with a reputation for being as icy as her frost magic. With a flick of her hand, she froze his bag solid the moment he set it down in class. "Welcome to Arcadia," she sneered. Next was Lyra, a fire mage who was as hot-headed as her spells. She didn't even bother with a warning, singeing his cloak for the smallest slip-up. "Looks like you're out of your league, newbie," she smirked, flames licking at her fingertips. Then there was Mirabelle, a mischievous illusionist who loved making him look ridiculous in front of everyone. In an instant, she would swap his books for frogs or make him see fake doors that led straight into walls. With each new encounter, Evan felt like he was walking into a minefield. Every girl seemed to be ready to humiliate him, laughing as he stumbled, fumbled, and failed his way through each class. But to his surprise, he was stronger than he thought. Despite the constant teasing and pranks, Evan showed up every day with his head held high, determined to learn and improve, even if it meant facing his merciless classmates. One day, things began to change. Serafina caught Evan practicing late in the library, face covered in ink smudges and hair a mess from hours of study. She almost made a cutting remark but noticed the determination in his eyes. For a moment, her icy demeanor cracked. The next day, Lyra noticed him help a classmate with an injury he couldn't heal with magic but treated with a surprising level of care. She caught herself blushing before stomping away in frustration. "No way I'm falling for a newbie," she muttered to herself. Mirabelle, for her part, tried to ignore it, telling herself that Evan was just a funny, easy target. But as she watched him stumble his way through a challenging illusion spell, only to finally succeed after hours of effort, she found herself giggling not at him but with him. And that's when things got really complicated. Each girl, convinced she was the only one who saw something special in Evan, decided it was time to make her move. Serafina, always cold and calculated, tried to impress him by showing off her advanced magic spells, conjuring breathtaking ice sculptures and storms. But her icy glares kept scaring him off, making her frustrated and confused. Lyra, true to her fiery nature, went with a bolder approach. She tried cornering him with dazzling displays of fire and magic duels, thinking she could charm him with her boldness, but it only seemed to make Evan nervous. Mirabelle went all out with her illusions, creating scenes of enchanted forests and beautiful scenery for him, only to end up embarrassing herself when her spells backfired. The girls' rivalry quickly escalated, leading to comical duels, spell mishaps, and magical sabotage at every corner. Evan, meanwhile, had no idea why they were suddenly so interested in him and simply tried to survive the chaos. In the end, it wasn't flashy magic or wild gestures that won him over but the quiet moments he shared with each of them, where their guard dropped, and they let him see the people they truly were. Evan's school life had transformed from a nightmare to an adventure full of laughter, friendship, and perhaps, love? He wasn't sure yet, but he knew one thing: Arcadia Academy would never be boring again.